Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to season 2, episode 3 of the Elouise show. Today is a very special day. I am bringing back a guest that we met on season 1, Shauntay Dunbar, or as I like to call her, Shawnee. Shawnee is an author and a relationship guru. She is the host of 2 podcasts and just an all around good person. Shauntay Dunbar wrote Diving in Stilettos First, which we will catch up with her on that, as well as what might be coming next with that. She is also the host of Her View podcast, as well as the Underdog podcast. And she also is known for her Dating Tip Tuesdays and for chefing it up with Chef Rashawn with Ask Shawnee on Wednesdays. So Wednesdays or Thursdays? Wednesdays on IG. So without further ado, Shawnee, how are you doing today?
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm doing well. How are you?
I am doing so well, you know?
as good as we can be, right?
Yeah, I mean, when we spoke about a year ago, not even a year ago, maybe six months or so ago, we were like midway into this pandemic, midway at that point. Well, it felt like forever, but now it really is.
And here we are.
Here we are. What's up? What's new? How's your day going?
My day is going good. It's a lot of, coming down off of Valentine's weekend. As a relationship expert, you are in high demand. So people want you to speak on a lot of things and give some tips. So I was basically doing that all weekend.
I just feel like this is a perfect place to start. Let's talk Valentine's Day. So Valentine's Day was Sunday. It's Wednesday, so 4 days ago. Yeah. Tell me, what were people reaching out to you about? Like, what did they need to know?
People wanted to know if they were just starting to date someone new, should they get them a gift? Like, is it expected, and if so, what should they get them? Some people were meeting people for the first time in person. They had been virtually dating like for months, and they decided Valentine's Day would be their big reveal. And there were a lot of, my single people was like, I need something to do. I'm not trying to be on, social media watching all the hearts and balloons. Like, I need a break.
I need to hear the advice. Okay. So let's say I've been dating someone for 2 months, right?
Yeah.
And Valentine's Day comes and I want to get him something. What is appropriate and what is, girl, you need to stop you doing too much?
Well, I mean, you don't want to break the bank, right? And you want to just have a small token to say that you're interested in them, right? So I always recommend like candles, a bottle of wine. Like, it depends on what they're into, right? I wouldn't go over $20, but that's just me, right? It's the thought. It's Valentine's Day. Get a card, some flowers, a little chocolate. I mean, we're good to go. So, I mean, I don't think anyone should really it's not like it's Christmas and, a birthday or, something a little bit more major. But it is a sweet token to say I care. So
okay.
Don't do nothing.
What about these, virtual bays that we're meeting for the first time? Like, what advice did you give them?
So I told them, obviously, they should be picking a place where it's very public. I don't think anyone should be going over to anyone's house just yet, right? Because, meeting someone in real life versus online is different. It hits different. You get to actually see their mannerisms in person, see their hygiene, smell them. Like, it's a different vibe. And people think those things don't affect you, but it does. Really? So, I would say, depending on where you are, if you could go out and, take a walk and, maybe stop in, get a drink, a hot chocolate somewhere where it's allowed. So many things are closed in the pandemic, like, who knows? But it's something just fun to do. Like, I would definitely consider like connecting recreationally. That intimacy, I think that should be explored because you're already, doing the virtual thing. You've been talking, hopefully communicating well. So now it's time to like see them in different environments. So take a walk, take a hike, take a bike ride if you can,
I
just
feel
a
like
place where you can talk.
the pressure. So we've been quarantine dating, right? And now I meet my quarantine bae for the first time on Valentine's Day. That's
Yeah,
high
pressure.
stakes. That's super high stakes. I don't think I'd be able to handle it. I'd be like, can we meet next week? This is
But that's the thing, right? It's like whatever you're doing, just make sure you have that space to talk.
yeah.
So don't go do stuff where you're not going to talk to each other. Y'all been talking all this time. Like now, do it in person and see if you still got those same feelings. That same excitement.
Mm-hmm.
So keep it low key. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. So last we spoke, you were doing these amazing skits on IG, pulling excerpts from Diving in Stilettos First, your
Yes.
book, your
Yes.
first book, right?
First book. Yeah.
And I want to know, like, what can we expect next from Diving in Stilettos First?
I'm so glad you asked. Because the short film will be released very, very soon. By spring, we will have that out and promoting it. And shout out to you for being a part of the amazing cast. Appreciate you so much. And that's what I'm like working toward now, just getting the promos together. It's in the editing stages. I'm loving what I see. The cast was phenomenal, and I just can't wait to share that part of my story with everyone. So people have been saying it should be a movie. So there you go. Thank you, pandemic.
And if you think about it, it already is.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So that's great. So you're turning it into a movie, and then what can we expect next from you as an author?
There's parts of me that wants to write another book, but then there's parts of me that just wants to continue writing scripts and trying to move toward television and film. And I really enjoyed directing. I really enjoyed the whole process of the production. So I like to explore that side of me. I felt really comfortable doing that. And the fact that I could be in a position to eventually hire people and, pay everyone and have a team. Like I'm looking forward to that because
Listen, everybody loves money, honey. Everybody.
Money reside, where the money reside.
So if you were to continue down this path of writing, but for film, would you keep it like rom-com? Is that your genre? Do you think this is your niche genre, or would you kind of explore other types of stories?
Well, in the beginning, it would definitely be rom-com because I enjoy the laugh. I love to talk about love. That's where I feel most open in sharing, because when I teach, I like it to be fun. I like people to laugh and learn. And then eventually, I think I'll branch out and challenge myself a little more. I definitely want to do some documentaries. I have some ideas about that. And but everything will always like have some kind of love story to it, because I'm just, I wear my heart on my sleeve. That's what I do. It's my thing.
I just love love.
My jam.
I love love.
I love love.
Talk about love. Okay, cool. That's good. So ask Shawnee. I was doing your intro, and then I spaced on the day. Ask Shawnee is on which day? That's on Wednesday nights.
Thursdays. Every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard, 4 p.m. PST. Yes.
With Chef Rashawn.
Chef Rashawn, celebrity Chef Rashawn. Shout out to
her. Okay, cool. So, and those are really interesting because you always make a bomb meal. It's almost always vegan. And then you guys talk about different things as it relates to dating and relationships. What are you guys talking about tomorrow?
I don't know.
Can we talk? Can I throw something out there?
Absolutely.
Okay, can you guys talk about dating again for the first time after having like a long span of not dating, right?
Absolutely.
Like those, like, you know how there are people who haven't dated, like literally haven't gone on a date in years. Like,
Yeah.
so like the other person dating a person who hasn't gone out in years, do you teach this person how to date? Do you not? Like, what do you do? Like, that's an interesting topic.
You definitely teach the person how to date because coming off of not dating someone for a long time, you get in your habits, you get in your ways, you're not used to sharing that side of yourself. So there's some people who will like purge information that doesn't need to be known right now, like kind of leak it a little bit, like to, extend it. And then there's some people who have a wall up and they don't share anything. So it's good to have a little bit of practice. Hopefully they've been talking to people that they're interested in or might have been interested in a little bit just to keep the conversation going. I would definitely teach them about flirting, right? Because you want to be subtle, but you want it to be, fun, and you want the person to pick up on it, but you don't want to be out there with your tongue hanging out and drooling over the person either. Like,
I like you.
oh my goodness. You don't want to do that. So yeah, definitely. Yeah. Get to practice it for sure. But I'm excited for them, and also obviously the obvious things, making sure you're healed, you've forgiven yourself, you've forgiven your past, like you're not living in your past, you're ready for your, to enjoy your present. That's also important because there's enough broken people out here dating. Don't add to that, be better, right? So hopefully you've been working on yourself this whole time. So when you come out, it's like,
So I have a question. Do you think that even though, like, because I've always felt like healing was like an ongoing process,
oh, definitely.
So when you're someone who has like healed from like your past traumas, you may be put in a situation where you realize, oh, trigger alert. Do you think that the longer that you're in a relationship, or like the more likely it is for you to find out other things about yourself that you didn't know, like
Absolutely.
other triggers and like.
Yeah, I mean, that's what that whole single season was about, right? And then when you do get in this relationship, certain people bring certain things out of you, right? So maybe a person may need you to communicate a little different than what you were doing before, right? So you may have to explain differently for this person to understand what you're saying. And for some, that could be an easy fix. And for some, it's kind of like, what are you, phonetically challenged? Like, what, you don't hear what I'm saying? Like, like you dumb? Like, so you have to, be able to recognize, okay, this is a trigger for me, acknowledge it, right? Be in it for a minute and realize why that is a trigger for you. And then ask yourself, okay, is this me making a bigger deal, or is it the person that's really the problem? So the self-reflection is it's a son of a bitch, I'll tell you that.
Do you mind, like, okay, can we talk? If you're okay with me asking this question, when was the last time you've gone on a date?
Oh my goodness. 2020. I would say summer of 2020.
Okay.
I was a little bolder. I was, like, okay, I've been drinking my sea moss. I feel good. I have my vitamins, right? And I did a recreational day. We went bike riding.
How did it go?
It was fun. I didn't feel a connection. I'm not gonna say a spark, right? Because that goes without saying. Like, you're not always gonna feel that initial thing. But for me, it's all about like conversation, and I just don't feel like it was really there for me. But I enjoyed the bike ride to keep up, so that was good. I love a person who takes care of themselves, who's healthy, all the way around.
It's so important. So if you don't feel a spark, you're just like, meh. All right, I'm gonna keep it pushing.
It's meh, but there are some where you give it a second chance, right? I was just talking about that in my Dating Tip Tuesday. sometimes that date, it's okay to go on the second date because it wasn't horrible. Maybe, sometimes people have an off day. Maybe they were very nervous and they were so busy trying to impress you that their personality wasn't really coming through. So it's okay to give that person a second chance. But then after the second date, if it's still, then it's like, okay, you're just who you are.
Just you. Sorry, it's not me, it's you.
It really is you.
Could you imagine? Oh my gosh, that would hurt so bad. Okay, cool. So bringing it back, so dating tip Tuesday, that's what you talked about last week. How do you come up with what you want to talk about on these dating tip Tuesdays? And why do you think they're so important?
A lot of times I get them from like shows that I've seen, like some kind of reality show that I've come across. Sometimes it's just old shows that I watch. Sometimes I get nostalgic and I'll watch like Living Single, I Love Lucy, just all kinds of shows. And so the thing will just pop up in my head. And then sometimes people just straight up ask me, can you talk about this? Because I need you to explain it so that I'll pay attention and learn it. And I'm like, oh yeah.
I think honestly what I should do while I'm dating is I should just call you.
Yeah.
Hey, Shauntay, there's this guy. What do I do? Fun stories.
Have you in your ear, like on the date. Like, no,
in movies. What movie is that in? That there's like someone in there, like they're on the phone on a date, like they have a Bluetooth on their phone and they're like covering the Bluetooth with their hair and the person's talking to them and they're literally repeating verbatim what was said.
There was a few shows that I've seen out there, but the movie that comes to mind for me is He's Just Not That Into You.
Oh yeah, they do that in that movie too.
I feel like they did that in that movie. It was hysterical. So yeah, that would be funny. I would do something like that.
Would you? Because I got earpods. Okay, I got earpods.
Oh my goodness! Yeah.
What do you think about? Van Gogh's earlier work before he did Starry Night? Shauntay.
Abort. Go to the bathroom. We gotta talk.
I am gonna answer that question. I just need I need to go get some.
Excuse yourself immediately.
911. Okay, cool. Okay, so we've got Dating Tip Tuesday. We've got Diving in Stilettos First, the book, and then we've got the film, right?
Yeah.
But we've also got Her View, which you were doing Her View last we spoke. You were doing Her View. How has Her View evolved since we last spoke?
I think the ladies and I are getting a lot more comfortable with talking about edgier things. I don't think everyone is as reserved as before. There's a lot of devil's advocate happening now, which I enjoy because it's kind of boring to have everybody have the same opinion, right? So, so I feel like people are coming into their own, especially Adrienne. She's a mental health advocate and, she conducts her own interviews and things. And it's nice to see the growth. It really is. And then recently we just did our first event, Her View event.
Okay.
We did that on Friday and we spoke about the 8 types of intimacy and we had a great crowd and we were like, maybe we'll do that once a month. Her View will have an event and, because, we do the IG Live also. So we have people come in and they tell their comments and things. And it's like now you get to see the person behind the comments. So everybody was so excited. Oh, hey, what's up? I'm, Bobby, aka Cowboys fan. So it was dope. It was good. I enjoyed it. So yeah.
That's good. Definitely let me know when the next event is. That would be great to watch. And then outside of the Her View podcast, you also have Underdog.
Underdog. Underdog is such a fun podcast because it really showcases talent. So we do this thing every Tuesday as drop the mic, and we have artists come on and we ask them to spit some bars and see if they could, drop the mic and walk off. And so far, so good. Good track record. There's been a couple we haven't aired yet that were like, like, you want to come back and tell us again?
How would you do with the dropping the mic? How would you do with these bars?
Me, I think I could spit. I'm a writer, so I feel good about it.
Really?
I just need like a dope beat and like give me a minute to like figure out what I want to talk about, and I could flow.
I'm not gonna put you on the spot, but on the next Elouise show, you better believe I'm going to have.
I'm gonna come on rapping. So you got it.
I'm gonna have to be ready. I'm gonna have to be ready. I'm gonna tell you. You asked me to drop the mic. You asked me to spit. I'm gonna do it, but
I didn't say people are gonna like it, and I'll get it done. So how about that?
Listen. In my mind, I'm a rapper,
and that's where it counts, sis.
Out loud, I might not be.
Listen, people ask me all the time, like, because of my voice and the pitch of my voice, they're always like, can you sing? Are you a singer? Can you sing? And I'm like, I can. Can I do it well? That's another question, but I can sing.
Girl, I could sing.
Do you want to hear it? I don't know.
I could sing. Yeah. It's not my fault that the window cracked after I did it.
I mean, did you really need the window?
I mean, like,
how necessary is it?
It was hot. It draft anyways.
Right, I helped you out. There it is. That's funny. Yeah, and then
you've had some pretty dope names on Underdog Podcast. You've had Shauntay, you've had
Sherry Shepherd, John Hamm. Yeah, we've had
some pretty iconic names. How do you get these names on the show?
Well, a lot of them, Grizz, my co-host, he knows a lot of these people. Grizz has been in the game for a very long time. And he's such a dope, good, down-to-earth person. Whatever he asks, people will just be like, I got you, like, no problem. And so being able to work with someone like that who, is not only, a figure in his own right, but to be so, forthcoming with like information and sharing and, just believing in my talent, I'm like, this is great. So I definitely appreciate the opportunity. And yeah, I've talked to some amazing people and I'm just so grateful. I can't wait to see what comes next because I can't wait for you all to see it. Yeah.
What I love also, like across the board with everything that you do, your brands are so unapologetically Black. And you do such a good job of like consistently promoting like Black businesses, like effortlessly. You always are drinking wine. It's always, a Black owned. Yeah. You shop at a Black owned wine store, like liquor store. Yeah. You do a good job of promoting everything Black. You do it effortlessly, and it doesn't even feel like something that's being like, forced down your throat. You do a great job of partnering up with different people. Didn't you partner with someone for Valentine's Day?
You saw how excited I was. I was like, I'm so glad. Yes, I did. So this is Cinemation Chef, and this is a Black-owned company, and they have such a love of movies that because we can't go to movie theaters anymore, they are bringing the theater to your home, right? So see the box says it's movie time. And inside this box, they have all those little treats that you would get at the concession stand, right? So you get like popcorn, chocolate, those little gummy candies. There's a drink inside, non-alcoholic, because you can't ship alcohol, okay? people. You're not a distributor, can't do that. But, and all of these items in the box are Black owned. So it's like just a win-win all around. And they just present such a great presentation and you really enjoy yourself. And the snacks and everything is so yummy. So I advise everyone to go check out Cinemation Ship and sign up and be a part of the club so you could get your movie on. I did it for Valentine's Day. We watched Malcolm and Marie. And then after you watch it, you get to talk about it.
So I want to know, how is the popcorn?
Well, I mean, it's pepper. It's delicious. It's Chipotle popcorn too, so duh.
Like,
yeah, it's a great experience.
No, the important questions, you know. Okay, so Valentine's Day just passed, right? Some of us got flowers.
Yes.
No, you know what's really nice? One of my customers at like my 9 to 5, well, not 9 to 5, but you get what I'm saying, my day job. One of the customers comes in and he brings me sunflowers because I don't know, I must have been talking about the fact that I love sunflowers, and he comes in the day after Valentine's Day, he brings me sunflowers and he's like, I'm so sorry I didn't get to bring these to you yesterday. I got out of work late and I didn't make it in time, but I had them for you yesterday. And I was like,
oh, that's so sweet.
and then he was like, I hope your boyfriend doesn't mind that I got you these.
Yeah, he's flirting a little bit.
I mean, I don't know, but I told him my boyfriend doesn't mind because my boyfriend doesn't.
And why is that? Why didn't your boyfriend say anything?
Because he lives in another nation. My imagination. Okay.
Our boyfriends know each other then.
They neighbors. No, you know, it's funny. I got that actually from one of those like reels on Instagram. They were like, do you have a boyfriend? The girl's like, yes. And then they're like, where does he live? And she's like, in another nation. And they're like, what nation's that? And she goes, my imagination.
With such confidence and conviction. Like, you didn't know.
Like,
I love the reels. Love reels.
People where all the boyfriends are.
For now.
So
good.
Why do you think some couples go above and beyond on Valentine's Day?
Some people think it's super important. It might be super important to their significant other, so they want to go all out. Some know that they want to show off for the gram, so they do a lot of extra stuff. I mean, I don't know if you saw, but Nick Cannon gave all his women the same gift. Seemed to be.
Women? I didn't see that. How many women does he have?
A couple. I think a couple. So far, I've seen 2, and this might be another one allegedly. I don't know. Don't quote me. But
I mean,
2 definitely.
Fair though. If they're all giving him the same thing in terms of relationship,
you're so annoying.
They should all deserve the same gift. What was
When is pregnant?
Oh, no, she should have gotten more.
Well, she seems to be getting the same amount of balloons, the same whatever.
No, she gets more. She should get double the balloons because there's 2 of her now.
She seemed quite content. So, you know, Nick's in a different tax bracket, so I can't speak on it.
I can't speak on dating.
But if they're happy, bless them, you know? That's funny. You're like, oh.
He has 2. Would you be girlfriend number 3 if you had the chance?
No, I don't like to share.
You know, okay, let's talk about that because I had this conversation with someone recently about my like selfishness, and I'm claiming it because who the fuck likes to share people? And so yeah, like what I learned in this conversation is that specifically with the generation between like, let's give it the ages of 25 and like 40,
Mm.
sharing is perfectly okay. Why? Why is that?
You know, some people tell it because they have so much love to give, they don't think they could just give it to one person and they want to spread it around. You let other people tell it,
Like,
they're just insecure and they don't think they deserve better. And so they kind of settle for it. Any man is better than no man, is the mentality for some, unfortunately. So, I mean, everyone has their different reasons, and some just, like to explore. They're fluid and, they don't want to be committed to just one person, and they're just out here having a good time, living their best life. And I mean, it's nobody's business, honestly, it's between you and whoever's putting up with or enjoying your company, right? As long as everybody's being honest. I mean, can you really be mad at that? It's the ones that's sneaking around doing all of that. That's the problem, right?
do you, boo, but don't do you while doing me. Don't do you while doing me. Do me when you're doing me. That's it.
Don't come over here doing when you out there doing.
Don't be doing you, her, him, them, like, and then me too. No, thank you.
Just one time, just me.
One time with the one time.
Right.
That's crazy. So
Yeah.
people do these extravagant things on Valentine's Day, and then here we are, the day after, 4 days after, 2 weeks after, um, and we're just back to normal. You go from like this extravagance to normality. What, why, and how, and what does that do to relationship?
Well, I mean, if you go in the stores, they tell you now you should be celebrating Easter. Like, it's done. There's no more pink and red all over the place. Now everything's green and pink and yellow and blue, and there's bunnies everywhere and eggs. It's like, that's why a lot of people don't feed into Valentine's Day, because they're like, it's just a commercial holiday. I show love all year round. It's not a big deal. And then there's others who are like, I just want at least some kind of acknowledgement. Can I get like a piece of chocolate? Like, this is what it is.
Hershey's bars are only $1.
You're gonna give me a Hershey's kiss? I'm not worth a kiss. Like, people get in their feelings.
One
But
flower. Just one flower. I'm not gonna lie though, Shawnee. I'm one of those people. I'm super annoying leading up to Valentine's Day. I remind everyone that it's coming up and the flowers I like. For the record.
for a long time, like I've never been like big, like with the anticipation of it, like, oh my God, it's coming. But I've always wanted something. And I'm not saying you had to go out and, buy me a Birkin, but flowers, candy, something, just be like, hey, you.
Acknowledge me. I'm here. We don't actually even have to be dating. Like, if you're a man and we encounter each other every day, like, dude, you could have gotten me a sticker in the shape of a heart.
Something, right? And don't not call me on Valentine's Day and then call me the day after. Let's not do that, okay? Do not answer it.
Please don't be petty. Please don't be that person.
Let's not do that, right? Don't act like, was it Valentine's Day? You knew it was Valentine's. Don't do that.
Oh, so you didn't see the teenagers walking down with the big old teddy bears in the middle of the street?
You didn't see the people outside trying to take pictures for the gram with all their balloons? You didn't see
notice that every flower shop you always see ain't having no flowers.
All the prices were hiked up. You didn't see that.
You ain't trying to buy M&Ms and for some reason it was $5 on this day?
Exactly. Like, let's not, don't try to act like you don't know it exists. Like, let's not do that. But don't call me the day after.
I think it's really interesting, like the the way people's brains are like wired. You are like how some men can like you enough to like want to, pursue you, want to, do extracurricular activities with you, but not like you enough to call you on a day that's literally made for like expressing how much you like someone. Like the total it's like the psyche of it all. Like, oh, if she knows that I like her, if I tell her on this day, it means something more, whatever. Like, I don't understand.
That's people overthinking, being in their heads, allowing society to tell them how they should feel on that day and what they should be doing. And it's about being honest. If you really like someone, you care about them or whatever. I told my friends Happy Valentine's Day. I don't want them. You know what I mean? Like, I love my friends. Like, it's a day of love. Like, why wouldn't I say it? But some people just go over the top and make it bigger than it is. And then some people are just so anti Valentine's Day. Oh my goodness. Like, to have that kind of effort to show how much you hate a holiday. It's like, is it really that deep? Like,
You really hate it, or is it that you secretly love it but don't have?
right. You want to love it and you're pretending not to because you don't have anyone giving you something. Like, oh well. Give
You know,
yourself
it's funny.
something.
So a friend of mine and I, we started a show called Anything But Modest.
I love it. I love it. It's a great
Yes,
name.
we started a show called Anything But Modest, where we talk sex and sex culture. So which is it's really nerve-wracking for me because talking about your sexuality, we are sexual beings, right? And especially as women, we have this sensuality to us, right? But I'm someone who, for the most part, keeps that side of me under wraps, right? There's a time and a place for it, honey, and it comes out when it's supposed to come out. So when my friend came up with this idea, kind of like a wild card, and I love her for it, Niall J, right? At Wild Nile on Instagram, by the way. But,
Wrong.
but good friends plug in friends. But when she brought this idea to me, I thought it was really dope because it would be a challenge. And so we started this show, Anything But Modest, and our inaugural episode was we talked about Valentine's Day. We dropped it on Valentine's Day and we spoke about Valentine's Day. We spoke about like how to spice things up in the bedroom, and we spoke about like how to love on yourself, right? So like, and one of the points that we were making is that a lot of people, when they think about Valentine's Day, they think it's a couple's holiday, but it's really a day of love, right? And so it's really, really important to love on yourself. And one thing that Niall says in the episode is like, you can't properly love anyone else until you love yourself first.
That's a whole gem right there. Say that again for the people in the back.
You can't properly love anyone else until you love on yourself first.
Right.
Now, with that said, you being the relationship guru, how how often do you find that people are reaching out to you for relationship advice or for like about scenarios that they're encountering, and you think to yourself, wow, like, sis, but what about you?
I had this one young lady, because I did something on Shoot Your Shot, right? You see something you like, speak up, right? I'm not saying you got to have a full-on game when you go up to somebody, but at least like throw a compliment, say something, right? And then let him or her like take it the rest of the way. So she said that she had reached out to a friend and was like, hey, what are you doing for Valentine's Day? And he said, oh, I don't know yet. I got to get back to you. And she was like, what do I do? I was like, you block him. What do you mean? He's not the one, sis. Like, he's looking to do something else. He's looking for better plans than hanging out with you. And he made that very clear. I'll get back to you. I don't know yet. Like, I plan to do something, just wasn't trying to do it with you. I was like, girl, you have to learn your value and know that, you're worth more than that and you deserve more than that. So go shoot your shot somewhere else because this ain't it.
That hoop is broken. That hoop is broken. Matter of fact, the court you was on busted. Go to another basketball court. I'm sure that the hoop there, your shot gonna go in.
Mm-hmm.
That basketball was flat anyways.
Flat.
Basketball was flat anyways.
Flat. Who's in there? Had no balance.
That basketball was purple. Everybody knows you're supposed to play with the orange ones.
Exactly. That part. So, sometimes people, I'm always honest. I don't tell people like all the time, like, that's wrong. Don't do that. I like to give perspective. But then there's just some people that you just have to be that direct. And be like, that's not it. Because if that hint didn't send a flag to you, like, oh, he's not really interested. I don't know what it is. It's not like he said I had to work. He was just straight up like, oh, I don't know yet. I'll get back to you. Like, what? I am nobody's second choice or last choice for that.
If I'm not number one, then I'm done. Number one or done.
I was gonna say, is there anything really after one? Like,
I mean, like there are no other numbers.
How many like second and third place people do you really know? Like, it's nice, but I don't know. I saw this thing with Serena Williams and she was showing all her trophies. Did you see it?
No, what I have been seeing circulate is number one athlete ever, Serena Williams.
Okay.
I didn't see the thing with her and all her trophies.
She took, I forgot what outlet it was, but she took them into her trophy room and she was like, and this is my this, and I won this, and this is first place for this, and this is first place. And then there was a smaller trophy, and she was like, that's second place. We'll skip that. And this is my first place. She was like, I was off that day. Like, it's fine. And she just moved right on to the next thing. It's like,
I don't even know how this made it into this section of the house, but yeah, it's here.
It's like, I just have it here. It's like, there's other first place stuff down here. She's like, I don't even know why that's up here. But that's just what it is. So it's all good.
Okay, so we moved past the pressures of Valentine's Day. We're in our everyday dating lifestyle again. What do you think, taking the pressures of Valentine's Day away, right now that Valentine's Day is over, what do you think are typical pressures of dating in 2021 right now? And what are some added pressures that you think exist if you're, a Black woman?
Well,
He laughs.
I'll start with the first one. Obviously, the first pressure is obviously being in the pandemic, right? Everybody wants to be safe. And then there's that pressure of, I've been talking to this person virtually all this time, meeting them in real life. What if it's not the same, right? You have that kind of worry. But one thing I want people to remember, that when you go on a first date, everybody's nervous, right? Everybody's meeting the stranger for the first time. So you're not the only one. And you have to go in with the idea of having a good time no matter what. So that regardless of however the date goes, you had a great drink, maybe you had a great meal, you have a funny story to tell your friends, right? So always go in with a positive attitude. And know that you have the right to leave whenever you want to. You don't have to feel obligated to stay in something that you're not enjoying, because life's too short to do all of that, for mediocrity and all of that. And then the second thing for Black women, I think it's very important to understand that we have been building businesses and we have been coming into our own, and we've been able to express ourselves. And now we feel comfortable saying, well, we're not okay. And we don't feel the need to carry the weight of everything on our shoulders all the time. We're taking breaks and we're getting stronger. And so if you want to date a Black woman, just know that she doesn't want to be hard. She doesn't want to, always have to take the lead all the time. And if you know your lead is not strong, please leave her alone so that she can
leave
find
her alone.
Who can.
I'm sorry, that was a testament.
Spirit. But yeah, like stop trying to waste time for a waste of time of women, and you know you're not ready for that caliber of woman. Step
Mm.
your shit. Excuse me. Step your game up.
Felt that in my core.
And the same thing, like with women, like we have our list. Be what you want to attract. Like don't sit there and say he's got to have all these things and you don't have them. And I'm not saying if you're saying you want someone who's financially stable, he has to have a house and blah blah blah, and you just don't have the house yet. I'm not saying you can't date him, but don't sit there and be like, oh, he got to make 6 figures and blah blah blah, and you work part time, on online doing nothing. So it's like build yourself up, be who you want to attract, take care of you and love on you. Because when you have unconditional love for yourself, it'll be so easy to receive love. It'll be so easy to give love. You won't have like your guard up in that way. But as a woman of that kind of caliber, you have to also be aware that you're gonna attract a lot, right? So with that being said, choose wisely. All right. Stop just talking to whoever just asked you because you haven't been asked on a date in so long. So the first person to ask you, like, okay, I just gotta go.
Yes, yes,
You
yes.
okay?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
why am I here? You didn't do all of that,
You raised some good points. So like I recently reevaluated. I have a physical list of what it
Yeah.
is I'm trying to attract out of a man or what I want out of a man. And I recently revisited it. And I realized that I am what I am trying to attract. But there's literally one area that I'm personally not at yet, but it's what I'm trying to attract, but it's what I'm currently working on.
Yeah.
So, and then in the men that approach me, I see the ones who are worth my time. I see that same area like of need of improvement. Like it's literally the same thing. Like we both need to fix this one part.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it's crazy how that works.
I mean, as long as people are doing the work to better themselves in that area where they might not be as strong, you will meet who you're supposed to meet. Like and be like specific in what you want, right? When you talk, I don't know if everybody talks to God the way I do, but when I do, I'm very specific. I want my husband, not a husband. I want my
My
husband.
husband, yes.
My guy that's right for me. I want that man, not just a random, because the randoms are all over the place.
I don't want that. I don't want no
You
random
like that.
love. I don't want a random love. I want my love.
What's mine? The one I'm supposed
If it ain't mine, don't send it to me. If it ain't mine, don't bring it my way. Don't waste my time with it. I don't want to. I don't even want to see it. Like I don't even want to see the attempt if it ain't for me.
right, right. It's so funny. And then we like say these things and we're manifesting and everybody's talking about what moon and what planets are aligned and you get today's the day, like do it, do it, do it. And you're just like looking for all these signs. So like when you're looking for it, everything becomes a sign, right? And I was laughing with my cousin the other day and I was like, sometimes you're thinking like, is that God or is that Google? Like, like
Well, no. It was a sign because I was born in the year of the dragon and he was born in the year of the rat. And my number is a 1 and he is a 4. And on top of that, my cartomancy card is a 5 of clubs, but he was a 5 of spades. So it means that across the board we match. And I'm a Virgo, right? And he compliments my Virgo because he is sis.
it's a lot. It's a lot. And I commend people who really study and can really break it down because it's very interesting when you hear them talk about it. But for the rookies, talking about, well, okay, what's your sign? And your sun rising what? And your moon is doing what? Oh, I don't know. Sometimes
Where is your Venus? Where's your Venus?
but that's a trend in dating, right? Astro love. People will depend on the astrology to tell them who's right for them.
I mean, I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm joking about it, but like I do pay attention. I definitely do pay attention to that. I'm
Same.
not an expert. I can't tell you things off of the top of my head, but you tell me your birthday and I will pull up your birth chart. And
I'm
I will
sure.
see. I won't stop dating you if the chart says we're not
Yeah.
we're not in sync. I'll still see, what's what, but when it fails, I'll be like, you know what? I knew it because his Mars.
But it's so funny. I'll say this. I have this thing with like Capricorn men. They irritate me so
Really?
bad. And they like me so much. And they
My
get
first boyfriend was a Capricorn.
well, you're a Virgo, so I guess it works. I'm an Aries. It's like Clash of the Titans for me. I'm just like, you
No,
ever say somebody who like constantly just wants to pick an argument? Like they will say whatever is the opposite of what you're saying just to start some stuff.
I have an ex like that.
That is Capricorn men for me.
I have an ex like that. I have
So
an I have an ex like that from college, but then I like dated someone not too long ago who was just like that. Like I would just try to have a conversation with him and everything would turn into an argument. And I used to be like, yo, like, what did I do? Like, how are we? I was just trying to talk and now we fighting.
how do we end up here?
Like, I just want to watch a movie, but we fighting.
I get like, and that's why a lot of times, like when guys ask me, like, what do I do? I'm like, I'm an author, I'm a content creator, I'm a filmmaker, I'm an event planner. I hardly
And you
ever
don't want to say you're the relationship guru?
expert because as soon as I say that, everyone's like, oh, so you gonna analyze me? You're gonna say, oh, so you know everything about it? Like, I'm also human.
I'm also human and I'm here on this date with you. So clearly, hello.
I'm trying not to get turned off right now. Like,
Please don't be a dick.
I got enough with the author
Don't be
thing.
a dick. You're coasting along dickness, and I don't want you to be a dick. And you're up. There you go. There you go.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Level up. Level up. Level up. Level up.
Yes, yes. So, like I was saying, I try not to let astrology rule, but it's only to when I start feeling like some kind of disconnect, and I'm like, "What's your sign?" They're like Capricorn. I'm like, ah, here we go.
I mean, I don't have a vendetta against any particular sign. I like when I first started learning about astrology, I really like fell in love with the uniqueness of every sign, but that's the artist in me. Like, so you are so beautiful and have such amazing traits. And we all have things we need to work on. I can't deal with me sometimes. Like my friends give me this look like you can't be serious right now. And I'm like, I know. Trust me, I know. Like you're just hearing what comes out loud. There's more stuff up here. I'm going through what you're going through.
Yeah, same.
I just came up
Things
with
I
my
think about sometimes. I'm just like, I can never share.
and this is why you are you and I am me, because
Yeah.
I probably would share.
Yeah. No, I would never share between me and the good Lord.
And then cue 90s R&B. How did we get here?
If it doesn't feel like 90s R&B, I don't want it.
I don't want it. In a Kian.
Yeah.
Kian.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so
90s R&B love.
tell me, I asked you this question before. So now you have the opportunity to give me a different answer.
Oh.
What do you love most about being a Black woman in 2021, exploring media, entrepreneurship, and relationships?
It's the ability to constantly create and reinvent myself to be whoever I want to be and do it well every time.
It's that part though.
That part.
It's you can really, that's the thing about this life and this lifetime. And I'm glad you said that because now this is gonna forever live in my catalog. Uh, that we really have so much more control of our circumstance than the world would like us to believe. Like you can create the person that you want to be. It all starts up here, and all you have to do is execute. All you have to do is be consistent and follow up.
That's it. That's it. You have everything you need. You've had the power all along, Dorothy. You can do whatever you want to do. So when you gonna do it?
I want to go home. I want, for you young bucks who don't know that reference, that is the Wizard of Oz, but for us, it's just the Wiz. It's just the Wiz.
Yes. So yeah, the creativity, the versatility of a Black woman is just unmatched, and we get to do it every day, and I'm grateful for it. So
I listen. I just want to tell you, I over the past year, I've gotten to get to know you, and I like what I see. I like how you're like growing, you're improving, you're flourishing. I like how your vision has morphed. It's kind of like evolved. I think you're dope, Shawnee. I think you're truly, truly dope. And like the world is gonna see great things from you. We already are seeing great things from you. And it's an honor to have had you on the Elouise show, not once, but twice.
hey.
Saying. And yeah, I think I'm gonna be hitting you up for some relationship advice.
You got my number. You know, you can hit me up whenever you want. But thank you for you being dope yourself and being such a creative and just a visionary also. Like I like to be around people who we can inspire each other, and being in your presence, it's like always the creative juices are flowing, and it's just remarkable to see how far you've come, and you've got such a winning spirit. So I'm like super proud of you, and yeah, I'll see you at the top, sis. We on our way.
On our way. But one thing about me, as I am Maria Anastasia's granddaughter and I am Evelyn Maldonado's daughter, I ain't got no losing me, sweetheart. Even if it looked like a loss, it's really a win. It's really a win. I needed to lose that so that I can be somewhere else so that I can win. So I'm always winning.
It's not a loss, it's a lesson. Learn the lesson, keep it pushing. So it's
not lessons, they're blessings.
Lessons, okay. Nowhere.
I told you I was a rapper, okay? I done this.
I'm here for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to season 2, episode 2 of the Elouise. Oh, episode 3. This is the third one.
See, you're just out here doing. You're killing it. You can't even keep up with yourself.
Honestly, I really can't. I really can.
About that later.
Please. Season 2, episode 3 of the Elouise show featuring Shauntay Dunbar. Thank you for tuning in. For anyone who is tuning in, I wish everyone had a blessed week. Thank you for supporting the Elouise show like you do continuously. And please feel free to reach out to Shawnee if you have any questions about the person you're dating, the person you're with, the person you're married to, the person you divorced, whatever. Reach out to her. She's very responsive, especially via Instagram DMs.
I am. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Bye.